What do you love more than your drug addiction?
Honestly, I would like to say a lot, but honestly, right now, it's my drugs. It's sad to say, but that's where my life's at with it. You know what I mean? My drugs, that's all I'm... Like I said earlier, the selfish piece with my kids, like I love my kids, I do. I love my girlfriend, I love my family. But right now, like my dope comes first. How you doing? My name's Dave.
Nice to meet you, Dave. How you doing today?
All right, yourself?
That's great to hear. Do you have a middle name?
Yeah, Billy Brian.
Okay, that's what's up. Where are you originally from?
Frankfurt.
Yo, shout out Frankfurt, we out there. Dave out here representing, that's what's up. How old are you, buddy?
44.
44?
Yeah.
Still young in my eyes, you know what I say. All right, Dave, can you please tell us a little bit about your childhood, growing up?
I grew up with both parents. I got a younger brother. Wasn't bad, it wasn't great, wasn't, you know what I mean? It was normal, average. But yeah, I don't know. I started cutting school. Around like 12, 13, and that's when everything started.
In your household, were there any type of violence growing up in your household?
Nah.
Any abuse or anything?
Nah, probably mental. Not physical.
When you said mental, explain to us, what do you mean?
Just being talked down to all the time, you know what I mean? Never feeling like I was, I don't know, like I was right. I always felt like something was wrong, even when I was a kid.
Were your parents into any type of drugs?
Nah, my dad drinks.
That's about it?
Yeah, he drinks every day.
What are some of your favorite childhood memories?
Honestly, bro, I don't have many. I really, it's sad to say, but I really don't, you know what I mean? That's the sad part. Yeah, I can't really think of any.
Well, it's a lot of people who don't have favorite childhood memories, so you're not alone, buddy. Can you please tell us a little bit about how you came down this narrow road?
Like I said, drinking, smoking weed, and it slowly progressed. PCP, acid, stuff like that. And started with cocaine when I was 18. And like I said, I never felt like I was right. I never felt like I was, you know what I mean? I just always felt like there was something wrong with me, and I still feel that way to this day. But the drugs made it go away, you know what I mean? And it was real easy to become addicted, as far as, you know what I mean? It made me the person that I guess I was looking for, you know what I mean? And I wasn't shy. I was able to speak. I was able to talk to, you know what I mean? I was able to do stuff that I couldn't do on a normal everyday life. Yeah, the heroin actually came on accident. I had told one of my friends to grab me a bag of powder, and I was drunk. I already drank a bottle of vodka. I was drunk. I gave him money to buy a bag of powder, and he turned around and said, "Yo, your line's on the sink." I went up drunk, did it. I wasn't paying attention. I snorted it, and it was dope. And that started my addiction off the heroin. And it was a very bad addiction. It was heroin addiction started in 1996. I still remember there was on the front page of the paper, it said Philadelphia has the purest heroin in the country. And I don't know, it was weird, man. Like it was something I never heard about, something I never did, and it took complete control of my life. Complete control. I mean, it turned me into somebody I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, I started stealing. I stole from my mom. I never stole before. Like, I was a real trustworthy person. Within 6 months, it had full, complete control of me. Like, it was nuts. It really was. It was nuts. And I don't know. It was crazy. It really was. It was crazy. Nothing else mattered but the dope at that point. And I think it wasn't. I can't explain what happened next. But I was on the phone with my son's mom, and something had happened. I told her I didn't feel right, and here, and the next thing I knew, I was waking up to paramedics in my mom's living room, and they were telling me paramedics and a police officer, and he had asked where my mom was, and I told him I didn't know. He said, well, I'm gonna tell you what, if you don't figure it out quick, he said, you're going to jail, or you can let me know where she's at, and we'll figure something out. So my mom came home, I told him, she came home, she said, you're going to detox or you're gonna leave, and I went to detox, and I straightened up, needless to say. It was my first detox, and I didn't straighten up, but I stopped the heroin for a little bit. I started taking Percocets and doing more powder, and ever since then, I mean, it's drug use. You know what I mean? It's progression. It's always progressed. I've been in a ton of rehabs. I've been in probably every rehab in the city at least twice. Nothing really seems to work. Self-help 2013 was the only rehab. That was the only time I stayed clean. I was clean for 1 year, and I ended up going back to it. It's I don't know. I always feel like treatment. It does help. It does help. For people that don't think it does, it does.
So, what are some things that trigger you into using?
Honestly, it's anything, man. It's mostly the boredom. Once I get in my head, it's over. As long as I keep myself busy, and as long as I keep myself busy working, going to meetings, and you know what I mean, like, I'm okay. But once I allow, you know what I mean, it's always me. Like, that's the other thing. Like everybody likes to blame somebody. It's nobody but yourself. You know what I mean? Once I allow myself to let that back in, you know what I mean, let that demon back in, let my thoughts start taking control, start thinking about things from the past, and I let it get me upset. It's basically, I already know what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? And yeah. I'll play it off and I'll act like everything's cool, but it's not.
Gotcha. Within 24-hour period, how many bags of heroin do you use?
Now, to this day, it's become a lot. I have a couple of abscesses, and I got a blood infection. So now it's like the dope's not even it keeps me well for about a half hour, 45 minutes. So all in all, probably like 16, 17 a day, because I have to use so much, and it's really becoming a job. It's not fun anymore. I don't even like it anymore. I really don't. There's nothing fun about it. It's yeah, like I said, it's a full-time job with no benefits. Like it's horrible. So
it just takes everything away from you, right?
Yeah, everything. Everything good that's ever come into my life is gone as a result of drugs.
Within a 24-hour time period, how much would you say you spend on your drug use?
Within the 24 hours, I want to say between the meth and the dope, it's got to be an easy 100 a day. Easy 100 a day. Okay. It used to be easy to get, it really did, and then this PUA thing, this thing hit, and it made everything a lot worse. It basically gave drug addicts money, and everybody's habits got worse, and then the money was gone. You know what I mean? And now it's you can't sell anything. You know what I mean? Like, that used to be the hustle. Like, you could get stuff, you could sell it. Now nobody wants stuff. The looting and everything that happened down here, it destroyed everything. The stores don't want anything. The people don't come down and buy anything. Nobody has money anymore. You know what I mean? So it's really it's a job. It's a job. That habit gets cut right in half, and you know what I mean. You got to deal with it. The anxiety gets worse. It's nuts, man. It really is. It's nuts. None of the dope's working. You know what I mean? And they're putting whatever they want in it. That's number one. Like, I mean, it's trank. Like, it's not even meant for human beings. It's meant for horses. It's meant for animals. And this is what we're putting in our bodies. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. You got fentanyl and you got trank. And it's a bad situation.
Hearing that, don't that scare you into what you're putting in your body?
It does, unfortunately. if I don't do it, I'll be sick. You know what I mean? So I have to not trust, because you can't trust anybody, but you have to just hope. You got to pray that the next one's not going to do something crazy to you. It's not going to damage you. You know what I mean? I got abscess on my wrist. I got on my leg. I got about 7 abscesses right now on my body.
Damn.
I should have went. I went to the hospital and I sat there for like 5 hours, and I don't know. They never called me back.
So
they told me they were gonna call me back. First bed available. They said they seen I was in pain. My daughter actually took me, and she made me go. That day was funny.
Gotcha.
She said, "Dad, I know you're the dad. You make the rules." She said, "But today I make the rules. You're going to the hospital." I went, and in 5 hours I sat there, and they looked, and they just, you know what I mean? They look like, that's exactly my point. You know what I mean? They look at you like you're a nobody because drug addiction. Like it's crazy, man.
So
it really is.
So how were you treated at the hospital? You
treated like a scumbag. You know what I mean? Like, and really, I'm not a scumbag. You know
no,
what I mean?
you're not, brother.
That's what blows my mind. Like, if you would give, the crazy thing is, there's more decent people down here. You know what I mean? Than it's crazy, bro. There's some decent people down here, and you meet everybody. You got doctors, you got all kinds of people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just basically, I can't explain it. You know what I mean? You get doctors, and the doctors, unfortunately, aren't the ones that end up down here because they have the money to survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People that end up down here are people that, you know what I mean? They can't keep up with their habit. It's too expensive. And
How do you go about supporting your habit?
Honestly, sell drugs, run people. I mean, anything you really can to try and make a buck.
Okay.
That's the thing that drives you nuts. Like, you wake up in the morning and you really don't have a clue as to what you're gonna do. You know what I mean? You don't know how you're gonna come about it. I've been out here for so long. I've been out here for a long time. I've been out here for about 12, 13 years, on and off between jail and being out here. But I've met a lot of good people, you know what I mean? Just because they're drug addicts, they're not bad people.
Nope.
And honestly, I've never asked people for stuff. It's not me. I have too much pride to ask people for things, and honestly, it's helped out because now people know that I don't ask for stuff, and they kind of, past couple months, people have been helping me along. They really have. Like every day, I've got somebody that I see that I've known for a while that comes through for me.
Gotcha. Okay, so Dave, what have you lost due to your addiction?
It's a long list. Lost the respect of people. I've lost any kind of rights to say, like, as far as my children, like I'm allowed to see them, but it's embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know. It's, you want to be there, but you know what I mean? You don't, and it's messed up because your kids really think. Depending on that's one thing I've done. Like, I have great children. My children's mothers are they're really good people, and I lucked out with that. I really did. They have really good jobs, and they're just good people. You know what I mean? And they've done wonderful jobs with my children, and unfortunately, I can't take any credit for any of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in a way, it's been selfish of me because I look at it like, basically, not that I don't want to see them, but basically it's like I know that they're okay, so I don't really have to worry about them. You know what I mean? Like, I know that they're taken care of, and I know they're okay, and that they have good moms, and that they're not going to be neglected. But at the same time, that's really selfish. You know what I mean? Like, they still need their dad one way or another.
What do you miss most about being clean?
I couldn't tell you about before my addiction, because I really believe, number one, I don't believe addiction is something that you choose. I really don't, because I can go back to things that I did before I even hit double digits, that I would do just to get myself out of me. You know what I mean? I really can, and it's crazy. But the one thing I miss, like, I do miss spending time with my children. Like, in that year that I had clean when I was at self-help, That was the best year of my life, man. It really was. I wasn't on methadone, I wasn't on Suboxone, I was just clean. I was making meetings. My kids were involved in my life, and it was a good year, man. It really was. Like, I was just clean, and I can't explain it, man. Like it's and it's a shame because my kids, they definitely need me. Like, they, you know what I mean? They do. Like, they're going through their own little things, and it sucks for their moms because their moms have all this put on them. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not fair. But there's some things that the mom can't do. You know what I mean? Little girls just want their dad, and it's nuts. Like, I had my daughter write me a letter while I was in jail, and it was like a class project or something about who she would thank, like who she wanted to thank in life, who was her role model or whatever, and it was her mom. And she sent me the letter, and it was crazy, man. It had me crying in jail.
Touching,
like
right?
it said in the end, I can't wait till I grow up so I can show my mom how proud I can see how proud of me my mom is, and my dad will wish that he had chosen me over a needle.
Damn.
I mean, wish that he never chosen a needle over me. And that really hit home. Like, you know what I mean? She's like my #1 supporter. Like, she's a great kid, you know what I mean? My kids are, both my kids. Yeah, my daughters are. I have one daughter 19 and one daughter 12. And they're both great kids. They're awesome. They really are. They're awesome. But unfortunately, because of me, they don't get along. It's a mess what drugs do, man. It really is.
It affects everybody.
People. Yeah, it has people at each other's throats, and you know what I mean. Like, they're beefing over what goes on with me. Like, I'm out here, you know what I mean. And my kids don't even talk. You would think they would be closer, but they don't even speak.
What have you learned from your addiction?
There's a couple things, honestly. I try to help people down here as much as I can. Like, I don't have it, and I'm on the street too. I just don't like to see, I don't know. If I could take my own advice, you know what I mean, and I'd probably be better off, but I just like to try to help people, man. I don't like seeing people down, and I especially don't like when people treat other people like we're worthless. We're not, you know what I mean? Like we're human beings too, and I'm not gonna say we caught a bad break, you know what I mean, because we make our own decisions, you know what I mean, and unfortunately we have chose this, but you don't have to be stuck here forever, you know what I mean, like, you don't. And I don't know, I've learned, I don't know, I guess to respect others no matter what, you know what I mean. I was always raised to treat people with respect, and I don't know, there's so much like that. I don't know. There's things that you cherish. Like, it's crazy. Like, once you get out of here, and like, I guess, like, when you go to jail or when you go back home. I mean, the little things in life, like getting a shower or being able to get up and go to the refrigerator and get something to drink or something to eat. You know what I mean? Like, just little things like that. Or even, like, on a cold night, just being able to make a decision that you want to go home and you want to go inside and have a cup of hot chocolate or something and relax with your family, and you know what I mean, like, take them things for granted, and you know what I mean. People think that we enjoy this, but I mean, we don't. I guess you could say I did in the beginning a little bit, but now, like, nah, like, nobody enjoys this, you know what I mean. Like, it's I can't explain it, and I'm trying to think, and I'm like stumped.
No, you good, brother.
It really is. It's a nightmare, dude. It's a nightmare. It is. I've seen some shit out here that it's insane. I mean, seriously, with the deaths, like, I can't tell you how many people I've had that have died on me, and that's the other thing too. Like, at the stealing thing, like, I mean, every little thing you come up on, you know what I mean? Somebody steals, that's a new hustle out here, steal everything. It's like everybody's homeless, you know what I mean? Every little come up is a come up, you know what I mean? And everybody wants to steal from you. I mean, there's a lot of people, how do I say it, man? I just went completely blank. What was I saying? Oh, the death thing. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, there's some people that when they die, you feel for them. Yeah, of course, you know what I mean? They passed away, but there's some people that it really hits you. And, I mean, I've had a couple of them, like recently, and it's a shame. And it makes you look like, damn, like, they had a family, they had kids, and the messed up thing is, like, I had a buddy of mine pass away when I was in jail, and it bothered me. We were really close, dude, Arky, and we were really close, and I heard what happened to him. From what I was told, like, he overdosed, and somebody said, yo, if we go in his pockets, like, it's going to be a problem if he finds out that it was us. And I heard, dude, that the one guy said, well, that's fine, just nobody Narcan him. So it's like they let this dude die for a couple $100, you know what I mean? Like, money he had in his pocket, like, and that's okay with people. Like, that's insane to me. Like, the thing down here is, when you see somebody getting Narcan, chances are that some of the people around them already ran their pockets, you know what I mean? Like, it's disgusting. Like, people will rob you while you're dying, you know what I mean? Like, people will let you die, like, you know what I mean? Who made them, who gave them the right to decide whether you live or die, you know what I mean? Like, you're, like, the Narcan sitting next to him, you know what I mean? All you gotta do is Narcan him and maybe he'll have a chance to live. But you gotta think about it, like, they have kids, you know what I mean? And their kids are gonna look at them like a scumbag for the rest of their lives, like, you know what I mean? Depending on how it is, like, oh, my dad died a junkie. But what they don't know is, chances are your dad talked about you every day, you know what I mean? Like, we do care, we do think about people, and we have a lot of regrets, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, this drug is something else, man, and it gets a hold of you, and it's hard to get out. It really is.
Are you afraid of dying?
I used to be. I don't want to die, but no, I'm not afraid of it.
Why not?
I had a near-death experience. I had a couple of them, but there was one that was really I can't explain it, but it was it was comforting. Like, I was very comfortable. I had went out and yeah, I just, it was weird, man. I had like just flashes of my life, like my kids being born and me being a kid, and it was just flashes, and I was out. I didn't know what was going on, but I kept hearing this guy that was with me tell me not to go to sleep. He was like, don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep, I got you. And I was telling him, well, I thought I was telling him, I was saying, no, it's okay, I'm comfortable. And when I came to, he just kept working on me. He did everything he could. This was before Narcan, and he got me back. And when I woke up, there was footprints on my chest. He was stomping on my chest. I was soaking wet. He poured a gallon of water on me, stomping on my chest. And when I came to, I was like, damn, like, that was crazy. And he was upset with me. Like, he was really angry. And I said, what, you didn't hear me telling you, like, I was comfortable? And he said, you weren't saying anything. He said, you were gasping for air the whole time. And I got mad at him. And I said, you should have let me go. And he looked at me and he was like, I can't believe how selfish you are. Like, and he made me think, like, he made me realize. He said, how would your family feel to know that you died on the train tracks down Kensington? You know what I mean? Like, that's not fair to your kids. It's not fair to your family. And it's really not. But thinking about the death piece, like, I'm 44 years old. Like, I have a lot of time left. I'm not scared to die, honestly. Like, the way I look at it is, I've seen a lot, I've done a lot, and the only thing that holds me back is my kids. Like, shit, I really love my kids, I do, and I'm tired of hurting people, man. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, honestly, that's the way I look at it. Maybe, like, if I pass away, then it's gonna suck and it's gonna hurt a lot of people, but maybe that'll be the last time they have to hurt. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of it. Like, this is a losing battle. Like, it's time, man. Like, honestly, either I give it up and I just stay clean, or I stay down here and I continue to go to jail and live like this. Who wants to live like this? You know what I mean? It's crazy. I'm really exhausted, man. I really am.
Do you feel any shame or guilt due to your drug use?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel it every day, half the day. As long as, see, that goes back to what I said. Like, if I allow myself to get in my head, then it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, once I start with the poor me shit, then I could be there forever. You know what I mean?
So within a 24-hour time period, what's the longest you can go without using any drugs?
Shoot. Now it's probably this. Like as we're sitting here right here, like it's a shame. My girlfriend said it. She was like, "This is crazy." Like, and even that, like, I've never been in a relationship down here. 14 years I've been down here, and I met this girl, man. She's awesome. She really is. She's a great girl. Yeah, I met her out here, and she had just come down. She's been through a lot in life, man. She really has, and I really love her. I really do. Like, I've never felt this way about anybody, and she brought me up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, being around her and just like talking to her and hearing like what she's been through and just being with her. Like, she wants me to do better and she wants me to be different, and she's a great person. She turned around, like, I was doing some boxing for 19 months, and whatchamacallit, like, I started doing dope again, and she freaked out. Like, she was like, "What are you doing? Like, you can't do this." And recently, like, she told me, like, she's like, "Yo, like, she said, I knew this was gonna happen." And I said, "What?" She said, "I was gonna lose you to dope." She said, "That's all you're worried about, that's all you're concerned with is dope." And she was like, "You become a monster." She was like, "You're not the same person." She was like, "You're an asshole, and you know what I mean?" She was like, "I can't even be around you, like, because I'm this person." I don't see it, you know what I mean? But she sees it, and it kills me to know that I've changed that much, you know what I mean? That this girl that told me all the time that she loves me and she this and she that, and can't even stand the sight of me, can't even stand to be around me because of the heroin use, you know what I mean? Like, I changed that much.
You know, out there on K&A, man, I walk over there all the time, and it's very depressing in that whole area, man. So how is your mental health out here in this environment? How is your mental health like?
Basically, it's what you make it. You know what I mean? You can sit around and be depressed, or you can. I don't know. It's hard to get up in the morning because of the depression. You know what I mean? I'll lay there all day and let it get me. You know what I mean? The depression's definitely there.
How do you stay safe out here?
Honestly, I'm worried more about keeping my girlfriend safe, you know what I mean? Like, I figure, like, I'm okay, you know what I mean? But I feel like I gotta watch out for her, and yeah, like, I'm all right. Like, I've been lucky, you know what I mean? As far as that, you know what I mean? I guess you never know what's gonna come.
Knock on wood, right?
Yeah, but you always gotta be prepared. That's one thing. Right. It's really violent down here now. It's a lot's changed.
What's the worst thing anyone has done to you out here?
I got a shovel handle broke over my head.
Damn.
Back in, I want to say probably like 4 or 5 years ago. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I've had that happen, and I've had a lot happen. I've had a lot happen. Somebody put a gun in my face, and the gun jammed, and yeah, it was over money.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's. I mean, none of them things seem to happen anymore. I mean, it's honestly, like, as far as the violent stuff, like, as long as you pay attention and you keep focused, you know what I mean? You can see stuff coming, you steer clear of it, you know what I mean?
Right. Is there anyone you can trust out here?
Honestly, my girlfriend. That's
the person you trust?
I would like to say other people, you know what I mean? But I'm not saying that I can't trust them, but I mean, you never know, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta, it's a shame. People say friends, you don't have friends. You know what I mean? You have associates. And you know what I mean? Because you gotta think about it, like, how many of these people will you honestly keep touch with after you leave here? You're not, you know what I mean? A real friend, you would keep in touch. You don't. You say, "Hey, what's up?" It's get high, buddy. It's not your friend, you know what I mean? And yeah, my girl's my best friend.
How lost are you out here?
How lost?
Yeah, you know, some people come out here, they get stuck and they get lost. It's no returning back to being normal. How lost are you?
That's hard to say, because as much as I say I can leave, it's like I can't. It's weird. Like, I'm only one neighborhood away, you know what I mean, from where I am.
So
I stayed stuck down here.
Do you think that you'll ever be able to find your way back to a normal life again?
I do. I'm trying that now. Like, I just got in the shelter, and I just got in the shelter in the past week, and I'm looking at that as one step closer. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've been on the run for a while from the court system again, and I actually got pulled over the other day, and the cop cut me a break, and he gave me a subpoena for the 26th of March. So I'm hoping to get my stuff together and back in order, because I'm not a bad dude, man. I'm not a criminal. I'm not a violent person. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm just somebody that got caught up in a drug addiction, and I'm hoping to be able to get my stuff together before court, and hopefully my judge will see that. And that's the other thing, man. Like, all this time you spend in jail, and it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Like,
Gotcha.
Just wasting my life. I'm 44 years old, and this is what I have to show for my life. You know what I mean? I can't nothing. Like, my daughter just graduated. I can't even say, like, hey, like, I was a part of that. No, I have nothing to do with none of this. The only things that I can take credit for in my kids' lives are how fucked up they are. You know what I mean? That's a shame. Like why they have depression, and why they go through this, and why they go through that. That's the things that I can take credit for, the bad shit in their life. You know what I mean? And it makes you think, like, it's fucked up. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't only affect you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It affects a lot of people, whether you want to believe it or not. And yeah, man, it's just the only advice I can give people out there that don't have habits. If they have somebody in their life that does, just don't look down on them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just be there for them. And one day they you know what I mean? One day they might turn around.
So you're currently in the shelter, right?
Yeah,
How was the process for you getting in the shelter?
Shit, I've been, like I said, on the streets on and off for 14 years, 13 years. And I didn't even know. My girlfriend talked to the outreach people, and she was like, listen, can you do me a favor? You know what I mean? Every time you see me, can you mark him down too? And I didn't even know what was going on. Like, I would check him when I saw him, but it happened pretty quickly. Like, you know what I mean? But I've been telling people lately, I'm like, listen, you need to do it. Like,
what's the process like?
You got to go to the PAD program at F in Allegheny, and that's the outreach, and you check in with outreach, because you have to be 111 status to get housing and to, you know what I mean, get into the shelter.
What's 111 status?
That's what I said. I didn't even know about it. But it's basically you checking in with them, letting them know that you're homeless. Like, all these years I've been on the street, and they didn't even know I was homeless, you know what I mean? Because you're not checking in. The outreach people, when they pull up, they're the people that ask you, do you need blankets? Do you need this? Do you want somewhere to go? Do you know what I mean? But every time you see them, you let them know, hey, here's my name, here's my birth date, and they mark you down, so then that way they know how long you've been on the street, and they can get you somewhere. So
how long did that process take for you to get in the shelter?
Honestly, it didn't take long for me at all because of what I said, you know what I mean? Because of her doing that. But
gotcha.
As far as me, I just started doing it.
No matter what, man, just promise yourself, man, that you'll never give up, man. Never stop trying, never stop fighting. So let's get off topic just to get to know you as an individual so we can get you out of here, okay? What's your favorite color, buddy?
Blue.
Blue? And what are some of your favorite foods?
Cheesesteaks. Cheesesteaks, hoagies.
Hoagies,
like
all right.
Pierogies.
You got that right.
Down here it's just Chinese food. That's all they got. It's Chinese stores.
Chinese and the Spanish stores,
and
right?
And the bodegas.
The bodegas. They
quarter chips.
They look out for us out here because we can't cook, guys. Do you have any favorite candies you like?
Yeah, Snickers.
Snickers. Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Without a doubt.
Nice. Do you have a favorite band or artist?
No, I listen to pretty much everything.
Okay, I
just like music. Music's a good thing, man. Gets you out of your head. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Especially down here, I can rock out all day listening to music.
Cool. Okay, now Dave, me and the audience would like to know, what is your zodiac sign?
My zodiac sign is Cancer.
Yo, shout out to the cancers. Shout out to all the cancers out there. Show Dave some love. Are you a high school or college graduate?
No, I dropped out in 11th grade.
What was your favorite subject in school?
There was none. Honestly, I just didn't feel like I belonged. You know what I mean? Because of that whole piece. I just wasn't there.
When you was a little kid, what do you want to become when you grow up?
I don't know. Probably, I don't know. I think it was a fireman.
Fireman?
I really liked it, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, fireman or a police officer, go figure.
Yeah, you do got that look. Like a undercover narc.
Nah, don't say that.
Do you have a spiritual or religious belief?
Christian.
I'm sorry?
Christian.
Christian. Where do you believe you'll go when you die?
I'm not sure, but I definitely believe there's something after this.
Gotcha.
I do. I really believe in that.
Okay. What does happiness mean to you?
Honestly, right now, just like when I picture happiness, I just picture myself in a little spot of my own. My children coming to see me and making up for lost time, you know what I mean? And just being able to enjoy, honestly, that's it. Like, I just want to be able to enjoy my kids and hear what's going on with them and just, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, yeah, I've wasted too much time on this, man. It's crazy. It really is, it's crazy. And when you get older, time just seems like it goes that much faster.
Do you have a favorite restaurant?
Nah, nah, not really.
And do you have a favorite clothing store?
No, I used to like Sneaker Villa down the block.
Gotcha.
But I don't think they're ever opening again.
Okay. If you could travel to any country or place in the world, where would you go?
I'm not sure. Probably Bermuda.
Why?
I don't know. Just to take a cruise and just, you know what I mean? I don't know. I think it'd be a good time just to try something new.
Okay, so what's your favorite season of the year?
It seems like every time one rolls around, it changes. Like I used to like winter, now it's too cold. It's too cold, you know what I mean? Now it's summer. But yeah, I like summer.
Summertime? Why?
Yeah. I don't know, it's just it stays lighter out longer, there's more you could do, there's more activities you could do. And I don't know.
Sunrise or sunset? Which one are you?
Me, sunrise.
Why is that?
I don't know, it just seems like I'm always going. I'm always, I don't know, it just looks it's a beautiful sight when the sun comes up.
At the end of the night, when you go to sleep, what are some things that you dream about? What I would like to dream about is just, I don't know, it's a lot of nightmares lately. It's been a lot of, it's weird. I don't remember a lot of my dreams. You know what I mean? I pass out and wake up and it's, sometimes I'm waking up and I'm scared where I'm at, like, you know what I mean? It's weird. You're currently in a relationship, right? Yeah. What do you look for in a partner? Honestly, just honesty. Just honesty. And down here it's hard, man, because you got people that just hate, you know what I mean? Everybody doesn't want to see you together. If they see two people together and they're happy, they want to do what they can to break them up. And I believe that, you know what I mean? Like, if we can get out of here, we can survive whatever, because we've made it 16 months down here. And it's been rough, believe me. So is it hard to meet people out here in Kensington to get in a relationship with? Is it hard to meet people? Yeah, to get in a relationship with out here. Honestly, I never wanted to. I never have. She's the only person I've ever been with out here. And honestly, like, it's not hard. I mean, you meet people every day, you know what I mean? But that trust factor comes in. Gotcha. You know what I mean? And you got to remember, like, taking on another partner is taking on another habit. You know what I'm saying? You got to be there for them no matter what, and it's vice versa. Her with me and me with her. You know what I mean? When one person's messed up, then they got to carry you. You know what I mean? So have any women use you in a relationship to make money for drugs?
Has anyone? Well, nah. She's the only one I've been with. Nah.
Have you used her to make money from drugs?
Nah.
That's good. If you had 3 wishes in this world, what would your 3 wishes be?
To be able to start over with my kids, to be done with the drug addiction, and to just live happily with just live happily with Shandy and just have a normal life. Just be honestly, be normal, man. As small as it may seem, you know what I mean? Like just be normal. That's it. I don't want nothing big. I just want normal. Small and normal, easy. You know what I mean? That's it.
So, what has someone said to you that will stick with you forever?
I remember my mom had asked me, she said, you know, that my son was probably gonna come looking for me. And she said, you know, he's 24 now, but she said, you know, Michael's gonna be 18 soon, he's probably gonna come looking for you. She said, are you gonna be worth him looking for? Or are you gonna be, you know what I mean? And look at me, I'm still, you know what I mean?
It sticks with you forever, right?
Straighten up, but yeah.
All right, so Dave, what message do you have for your family or kids if they were supposed to see this video?
I don't know, just that I love them and that it's not their fault, you know what I mean? Because I know, like, my mom, I think my mom knows, you know what I mean, now, because we had a talk and I explained to her that it's not her fault, you know what I mean? There's nothing anybody can do about this, it's me, but it's not them, and not to feel bad, you know what I mean? Like this is me, and it sucks. It does suck, you know what I mean? And I wish things were different. I really do. I wish I could be there, and I wish I do. I wish everything was different, you know what I mean? Unfortunately, it's not. But like, just if something happens to me, you know what I mean? Don't feel bad. Like, just know that I don't have to fight this thing no more. You know what I mean? It's over. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to talk about it because I do love them, and with me, like, I don't want people to hurt. You know what I mean? I'm so tired of hurting people. Like, every time I get clean, see, that's a major thing too. Every time I get clean and these more people jump on, like, oh yeah, he's clean, blah, blah, blah. I look at that like one more person that I have to hurt when I get high again. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. Like, you know how many people you hurt every time you get high? But it's like every time somebody comes up to me and says, oh my God, I'm so proud of you, blah, blah. It's like, don't be, you know what I mean? Because I'm just gonna hurt you. I'm gonna end up fucking up, and you're gonna end up hurting, and I'm gonna feel worse about it, so I'm gonna get more high. You know what I mean? Like, it's a fucked up cycle.
Gotcha.
And yeah, but for my family and my children, man, I love you. I do. I love you, and I'm sorry for what happened. You know what I mean? If I could do it over, I would. But unfortunately, you know what I mean? It is what it is. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. It is what it is.
Gotcha.
And it sucks, but I do love them. I really do.
If you had a message to send to the world, what would your message be?
I don't know, just stop spending so much time hating each other. You know what I mean? Like, there's too much hate in this world. People hate each other. People hate people that they don't even know. You know what I mean? And it's messed up. Like, down here, I get it. Like, people see this drug addiction thing, and it does. It makes them sick. You know what I mean? To see it, but not everybody's the same. You know what I mean? You don't have to hate people. No, it was like one day I was out here and I was dope sick, and I had a dude come up to me, and I was really sick, and I had a dude come up to me, and he asked me for a cigarette. I told him I didn't have one, and he turned around and he said to me, he walked away, and he came back. He said, "You got a cigarette?" And I said, "Come on, bro." Like, I was dope sick, and I said, "Bro, like, stop fucking playing with me." Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just asked me that question, and I told you no. And he was like, well, no, I was asking because, you know, he was like, I'm going to go in the store and I'm going to buy a pack. He said, I'm going to give you a couple. It was a black dude, you know what I mean? Like, he goes in, he buys cigarettes, he comes back out. And he gives me a cigarette and he says, I just want to talk to you for a minute. And he said, I want to open your eyes to something. And I'm sick, so I'm really not trying to hear it, but you know what I mean, it is what it is. So I look at him, and he says to me, he goes, you know what's crazy, bro? He said, if you look at me, he said, what do you see? He said, most people would look at me and see a thug. He said, because of what I have on. He said, I got on Timbs and the way I'm dressed and blah, blah, blah. He said, the crazy thing is, he said, I'm gonna ask 3 people to use the phone. He said, and every one of them is gonna tell me no. He said, and I'm going to tell them I paid them to use the phone, and they're still going to tell me no. He said, because they're going to look at me and they're going to think that I'm either going to rob them or that I'm a drug dealer or that I'm going to take off with their phone. So he did it, and every single person said no. He asked white people, he asked black people, and everybody said no. And then he looked at me, he said, and I'm just saying this, he said, the stereotyping's got to stop. He said, I don't mean anything by this. He said, when they look at you, he said, they see a junkie. He said, I don't mean nothing by that. He said, I'm just saying it because you're dope sick and whatever. He said, when they look at me, and then he explained it, you know what I mean? They see a thug, blah, blah, blah. And he basically just opened my eyes to a lot. And he turned around and he said, look, he said, here goes the cigarettes. And then he handed me 40 bucks and said, here, go get well and get yourself something to eat. And he looked at me and he said, I'm not a thug. He was like, I actually own my own company. He gave me a card. And he was like, you ever clean up? You know what I mean? Like, give me a call. It was deep when it happened, you know what I mean? Because he looked at me and he said, I bet any amount of money, he said, you never thought I'd be the one getting you well today. Wow. And I didn't, you know what I mean? But it's just, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you know what I mean? If people would just give each other a chance, like, you know what I mean?
I've been thinking, lately it's just me against the world. Round and round I'm caught up in this swirl, trying to dig and trying to burrow. Pressure turned the stone into a pearl. Lessons that I learned weren't always thorough, sugar-coated like a churl. Now I'm really out here on my own. Now my homies acting like I owe 'em, done extending out my arm. Made a lot of money from my poems, been around and now they say I'm on. I can finally say I'm up now, I'm up now. 20,000 on a bus down, I'm on my way, I'm going up now.